let's right about now quickly head in and correct the score then for Beneluxians taking the first victory in the first game. Alright, so let's head into Cross. That's going to be the home map for the losing team, therefore for the Americans. From what I have seen, the third map should be Ghost Lake, if I saw it correctly, so we'll see if that's gonna be the case. To be making pretty good sense, all things considered. So let's check the civilization here, as we apparently do have a bit of a difference in the players. For the Americans, they're gonna be welcoming INC into their team, and for the Beneluxians, it's also gonna be a bit of a difference, as Glokken is making a bit of a introduction in the game and into the match. Alright, let's check the civilizations. For Benelux, it's going to be Project Belgium, right now playing the Persians. Then it's going to be AngelinaJolie with the Brits. Collins is playing so far Huns, and the last player, that's going to be Glokken, going to be using Italians this time around. Well, there is going to be a bit of a bonus from the water, but not sure if it's going to be that extremely important. But nonetheless, for the opponents, for the Americans, Daniel as the Mayans, and the civilization in there, WhistleBlower with the Spanish, that's a nice one. Adam as the Japanese, that's making quite a lot of sense because of the food on the water, so therefore fishing. And INC is gonna be playing the Lithuanians this time around here. Okay, then we're gonna be looking at not exactly the relics obviously here, but rather who is gonna be the flank and everything, as you have in one relic in the middle next to, well, the epitomical cross obviously. And who's the flank then? Adam or not? No. Or yes? Yes, Adam is the flank against Glokken. They are left-right. That's how they're going to be split. So Adam is the Japanese, and he's gonna be fighting against Glokken with the Italians. So basically two water civilizations playing against each other. Though the Italians might be having a bit more of an edge in there, we'll see. So basically the Japanese bonus is for the fishing boats chiefly. So on the other side of the map, that's gonna be Daniel with the Mayans yet again, and he's gonna be playing against AngelinaJolie this time around. So they're gonna be kind of switching over the players a bit, as Dark Noob has been replaced by Glokken, and apparently it's gonna be up to AngelinaJolie to play the flank this time around. But obviously two archer civilizations here, Britons versus Mayans, and not really all that much of a bonus on the water for either of them. So gonna be curious to see if they will be fighting for it, or if it's gonna be just all battle on the land. Quite obviously for the pockets, they should be going for the water as soon as possible, as they're gonna be having parallel economy because of that. Now there's already a bit of movement by Glokken with his house built a bit close by, so it seems like this villager is gonna be exactly tasked to produce the dock right after. Right after, indeed. You can see there's gonna be a bit of a walling already underway for Project Belgium. As he maybe doesn't... Is it? There's a hole still here, I think. Yeah, I would be liking to rotate the map, but I think there's a hole still here. Not 100%, but I would be kinda guessing so. Because I cannot click onto anything beyond this one forest, so I'm thinking this might be a bit of a trap if he doesn't properly scout it and see it. But well, at any rate, that's gonna be coming only a bit later, and since he is in the pocket, it might not be mattering that extremely much, depending on what the Americans are going to be obviously playing. What kind of strat they're gonna be coming for. Stand on the dock right now for Collins is being kinda already underway, and yeah, well, could be definitely wanting to destroy all the palisade walls so that he doesn't waste all that much of wood in that. And quite frankly, when you are in the pocket, you usually don't have all that much of a reason to be even getting so worried. So maybe you don't even have to be doing that. But yeah, well, probably better safe than sorry, that's what he was trying to do. Therefore, he's gonna be just kinda getting some useful habits for different situations, that he isn't caught off guard, and yeah, maybe forgetting it a bit later. Okay, so WhistleBlower gonna be scouting his teammate here slightly, Adam. And as you obviously do have plenty of flares of players signaling where exactly they should be moving and everything. Yeah, just right now telling exactly where there's gonna be some kind of walling, where there are wood lines and stuff like that. Can be pretty much the same right now for Collins. He's gonna be pushing forward with even more palisades. No, well, yeah, he could have been making a better one. He can unfortunately started with this kind of wall, but obviously he would have been having hard or the easier one just straight between those two forests. But that's how it sometimes goes. As he was kind of hoping that he will be having a bit easier time with maybe some forest there. No, didn't luck on it. Definitely did not. As there's going to be... Oh, can see it actually the fisherman for the Japanese. Oh, that's very interesting. Aha. That's gonna be a bit of a difference, because instead of going right about now to fight against Glokken, he's going to be going straight into the pocket with his teammates. It's a very interesting decision at this point. And well, to the top, Mayans is gonna be obviously fighting against Daniel. Or with. So they're having completely different idea about this, the Americans. They probably prepared a bit special strat. Okay, it's gonna be kind of fun. 2 versus 1. So far it seems. Look at that massive walling right about now by Daniel as he's trying to completely block the water. That's actually fairly clever, because he's gonna be blocking any kind of more docks. Well, unluckily for them, AngelinaJolie already did have the villager in, and he's gonna be able to drop a second dock, maybe even a third one. Depends, but well played. Yes, probably Blue doesn't exactly see all of it that he would need. Yeah, he doesn't see the docks and everything. So he's kinda just hoping he's gonna be blocking the opponent completely. But yeah, well, he did not. The docks are there. I'm just kinda hoping that he didn't expect that this is going to be enough. Not really sure. You can see it's gonna be a bit of a disruption for AngelinaJolie as far as the Scout Cavalry and even this Eagle Scout here. But it's gonna be, yeah, well, some kind of nuisance here. Nothing all that major, I'm thinking, for the time being. But still, that disruption might be worthwhile. But I don't think it's gonna be all that game deciding, because more game deciding could be just the straight double from INC and Daniel. I think it's gonna be a whole lot more important. In the meantime, obviously, there are gonna be villages moving forward for a bit of a trash. So that's what Glokken is gonna be coming for. He is gathering stone right now with the 3 villages, exactly as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary. He's gonna be trying to break through. He cannot through the right. Seems like that everything is properly blocked here, at least for the time being. This is kinda close, but seems to be plugged. Seems to be plugged just fine. He's gonna be obviously right now with the shooting tower, able to get through the palisades fairly quickly. And right now, since his opponent is knowing what's going for him, he might be able to properly react. And is he gonna be able to do so? No, he's at least trying to go for the stone as soon as possible. You can see with plenty of villages, but otherwise the gold is gonna be under quite a bit of danger. Might be able and wanting to actually drop it already. Is he like completely oblivious? He is. But he definitely shouldn't be, so he's not gonna be running away with the villages with an outpost so far. And he's gonna be hoping he sees him. Not entirely there yet, but right about now he needs to be quite a bit more careful with the tower coming forward. Unfortunately, the enemy one is already dropped, so I'm not all that positive that he actually even needs to be making it here. Because obviously at this point, Red is way ahead, and he's gonna be able to drop another one a bit close by, so therefore this gold seems to be kind of blocked. He luckily does have one more to the top side, so that's kind of nice. As he will be having obviously the water economy in there, so doesn't need to be worried about it. As Glokken kind of slightly disappointed, maybe he wanted some kind of water fight, but it is certainly not coming. But it also means he's gonna be having quite a solid uncontested water economy in there. As all the way to the top, there are gonna be some shenanigans going on, as Daniel did manage to sneak a villager in, as he's even trying to repair the boat. This is actually very nicely played by the Americans, at least so far. So excellent job here, going into the enemy pocket with all of these fishing boats probably getting fairly disrupted. As Yellow will be having to right now build a few more himself, I'm guessing. Or maybe even Purple will be holding it on his own. So far not sure. Should be having enough skill for that Project Belgium, we'll see. As all the way to the top, so far AngelinaJolie doing quite an excellent job, even against the 2 opponents. Because they are not really fully 2 opponents. It's mostly only Daniel. No, right now not even him. And I'm having a slight feeling that actually the Americans thought that Daniel didn't get here even. That they kind of failed at it. That with the swallowing, they did try to prevent him from even like building the first dock, but unfortunately it didn't work out, and therefore right now they are going to be quite heavily paying for that. As Glokken is gonna be blocking the gold, as we knew, but the second one is gonna be fine. But it almost seems to me that he's gonna be making his opponent slightly overcommit into the towers. You can see he's still building a new one. And I'm building the archer range. And as he's not exactly moving forward at all. And he's not even gathering stone anymore. Yep. He basically just completely gave up on that. He's gonna be playing something a bit different, considering he probably learned that the water is for free. So that's gonna be inspiring him. to be having a bit more calmer and boomy game. To the top, you can see that Blue is still doing what he can, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be having enough clout at this point. And AngelinaJolie will be probably the master of the seas for the foreseeable future, as the first castle age is hitting for Teal, for a Whistleblower in the pocket. He's gonna be already dropping a castle as the Spanish, well, for all the conquistadors all across the map, it seems. See a bit of a scouting and fighting over scout versus villager. Definitely not the greatest of fights for Collins. The villager didn't stand all that much of a chance in there, but he's gonna be at least able to right now plug the hole. No problem whatsoever. As to the top, it seems that Project Belgium will be able to withstand Daniel's push here on that backwards water. You can see it on the demo ship. Oh, that was a nice hit. Nice hit indeed, just to solve the situation once and for all. And it doesn't seem like that Daniel should be really making anything more here. That's not much of a reason for it at all. Even though he's trying to demo raft, maybe get rid of some of the boats, but they are very well spread. Maybe here to the bottom it would be effective. Oh damn, he's not gonna be doing anything at all with it. Is he? Well, that's kinda unfortunate. But well, at any rate, you are gonna be looking at a bit of raiding going on also on the land by INC, who is well prepared by the scouts. Unfortunately for him, AngelinaJolie is also well prepared with all of the gold miners there. Now, nonetheless, to the bottom side, nothing much going on, just trying to sneakily break through the wall. Because this it can be seeming as a bit of a useless fight, but in the end, if your opponent kinda doesn't pay enough attention to it, you're gonna be in the end breaking through. It will be working out. So, you can see that right now is down to about 43 hit points, still getting lower and lower. And while there is attempt at another TC, oh, he kinda actually gave up at the last moment. That's a bit of a disappointment. Was thinking he might be having a bit more of a clout in there. So here's nothing much going on, nothing all that important here. But he is gonna be in the castle age, and that's where it kinda starts becoming important, the same as the conquistadors, moving into the closeness of the enemy base. As on the water, apparently there's gonna be a bit of a comeback, at least through the top by INC and Daniel. As AngelinaJolie hasn't been able to clear the situation here yet. You can see the repair in there at least. And hey, Swiss boy. Yeah, well, we're having a tournament to stream, so that's what we are doing right about now. Euro Rumble hosted by Pancalino. So these are competitive games, so therefore we're having some Age of Empires 2 cast in here. As well, the villager didn't exactly get the opportunity. Maybe gonna be even fried alive. By looking at the numbers all around, you can see the fire galleys from Orange still being a bit higher numbered in there. It seems gonna be getting more and more, and maybe it's not gonna be all that simple. You can see right now the demo raft together with the fire galley right now coming forward. So otherwise, all the way to the bottom, we also see a bit of a movement of yellow as we have in the game paused for the time being. As well, a few more actually coming forward through the middle as well. Whereas on the left side, it's quite a solid echo. You can see plenty of fire galleys that can be right about now just easily destroyed. There's not much of a reason to be really holding on to them anymore. Just eating population limit, and there's not much of a chance for like a secondary chance of Daniel or anybody from the USA getting here for the second time. That seems highly unlikely. And look at those boats. Are they like purposefully hidden in there? Now, considering he's right now desperately repairing and fighting here, I'm kind of having a bit of a feeling that not. That this is actually kind of forgotten, which is a bit unlucky, because AngelinaJolie could be certainly using all of them. Definitely could. As we are apparently unpaused, so let's return back to the game and to the action. So therefore, yellow coming in with all the horses, he can be certainly going into the top, but there's gonna be a town center fairly quickly, and obviously the conquistadors coming for help. That should be enough with the archers, with proper micro. Yeah, look at the number of the conquistadors. They are extremely powerful in the castle age, so I don't have all that much of a doubt they're gonna be able to handle it just fine. Especially with the 2 extra towers here on the important placements and important spots of the map, as it seems like that the red will be having to right now flee, or kind of flee. Maybe he's just gonna be wanting to drop some extra TC here. He doesn't have extra for castle, enough stone for that, or maybe just military buildings goes by. Could be also a bit of a way for him how to move ahead. Well, at any rate, through the middle there seems to be a bit of a movement of green, with a few scouts trying to find what potentially to raid, but it seems like the double walling is quite thick. And he did block. Yeah, there was a hole. We did see it correctly a bit earlier at the start of the game. So at this point, there's not gonna be anything. At least shouldn't be, even though kinda like the crossings like these are always a bit tricky. But this one seems to be alright. Obviously, the cutting through here is gonna be opening the bases a whole lot more, and you can see a green is exactly aiming for AngelinaJolie's base and hoping maybe to do something in there. But so is gonna be AngelinaJolie. I'm looking at... Oh, is it Angelina? No, it's actually purple. Yeah, it's actually purple right now. It's gonna be a bit of an interesting raiding, though it's gonna be resulting into also the scout, at least one of them. And right now you're in the second with the spearman dying. But is he gonna be taking... Oh yeah, 2 villages for the 2 scouts. I think that's very worth it at this point. The scouts are obviously gonna be losing their steam, considering we are in castle already. To the top, there were a few horses from Project Belgium trying to find something to raid, and they kinda maybe... This is gonna be still blocked, but better be careful about all of it there. Better be extremely careful, as on the water there are gonna be a few more gullies still, and still the ones to the top. I really think he completely forgot about them, AngelinaJolie. I really think he did. Gonna be quite an excellent one to close the water for, or rather once and for all. So apparently INC is still interested in continuing with the fight, and well, there's gonna be one last castle age to be still coming from AngelinaJolie, as he is still having those ones to the top. Damn, that's kinda slightly annoying me, but he seems to be doing reasonably enough even without them. And so far he's probably not gonna be having all that much of a problem with the population limit, but better be careful about all the micro into the top here, as it doesn't seem to be exactly the case that Angelina would be paying enough attention all across. Well, we have also seen a video on AoE Zone when he was doing the Art of War scenario on water. It didn't exactly go all that well for him, so hopefully he has trained enough, as maybe he's not entirely feeling all that 100% comfortable in there still. As well, in the middle, there's gonna be a bit of a raiding yet again right now from Collins, or raiding. Kinda defense so far, but the army is definitely getting bigger and bigger. So therefore, there's gonna be one of those days a chance for them to be moving forward into some kind of reasonable battle, and maybe even a bit of a siege. As you can see, the conquistadors are kinda tired of just waiting in the bases and aiming for a bit of raiding. Both here and also slightly to the top, there is a movement, but that's not teal. Almost look that way on the minimap, but it is actually green, moving ahead with a few horses against exactly similar amount of knights from Project Belgium. You can see that one knight at the back. What is he actually seeing here? Oh, kinda decent amount, but at the same time also nothing important. He's probably gonna be here for a bit longer. As conquistadors went through quite easily, you can see they blocked, or rather they made their way through the top in there, and it's of course gonna be resulting into quite a slowdown of the economy for Collins. Even though he's right now having the strongest one at the 101, how is he looking with the other players? So far for his team, Project Belgium at 98, Angelina is at only 41, so she's having a bit of a hard time, or he rather, she's having a bit of a hard time in there. With Glokken at 82, but the opponents are not entirely too much better off. You can see that WhistleBlower at 96 is playing really well. That's why he's right now the one applying the pressure, even though he's getting doubled here in the defense, so we better be quite extremely careful. For the other players, oh, that's gonna be nice blockage. Nice blockage indeed. As for his teammates, it's gonna be Adam at 82, that's also a decent amount. But INC at 53 and Daniel at 49, they certainly need to be right now picking up the numbers, and especially I'm thinking INC needs to be doing that, because Daniel is kind of on par with Angelina and better than her, than him, damn it, continues saying her. You like, yeah, guy with a woman name, or the female name in there. But to the top, it seems like that the balling is not gonna be all that successful for Daniel, at least the second row that he was attempting to do here. As well, purple, or the orange, is moving ahead kinda confidently, and okay, red right now letting the villagers their horses in through the gate. That's quite unlucky. He's gonna be at least able to quick wall this, but still resulting into quite heavy losses. With Daniel right now suddenly dropped from 50 plus to 43. Yeah, losing like 10 villages like that is certainly not anything all that great, especially in a situation that you are even right now getting behind AngelinaJolie, as Daniel is unfortunately already going to be resigning because of that tactical mistake in there. And on the water also not gonna be having the extra economy, and it seems that the USA are right now going to be recognizing that the game is in the end not going to be going for them, even though they had a bit of a special strat prepared, with right now the flank through bottom going for the water, not even bothering playing against Glokken in there, against the Italian, and a bit of a sneak by Daniel, that was also quite nicely played. But unfortunately here it was also quite a bit reliant on walling off AngelinaJolie from the water completely, but that just did not work out, and therefore it resulted into Angelina able to come through, close the game there, and then obviously allow his teammate Project Belgium to be becoming a proper power and counter what INC was doing. And all the way to the bottom, you can see that there was a still good fight by WhistleBlower, who was having quite an excellent game. Yet again, as in the last game, was also having quite a nice one. He was the one with Raiden as the green player, if I remember correctly. But, well, the opponents were having way too much of an echo and also way too much of an army. Look at that echo. What they were having. So much better all around. And of course, that's gonna be then inevitably resulting into better chances going forward. And so the Americans didn't want to be prolonging the game, as with the Imperial Age also on the way, you can see. Or Glokken and also for Project Belgium, they couldn't know that, the opponents, or maybe they did if they look carefully on the scoreboard. But it will be just a bit of a confirmation that they really are having quite a significant edge. Even though Adam was also inching in, but he just wasn't having exactly the economy for that. He was at 90 or rather having economy. Well, he was having the second best for the Americans. But probably not that extremely unlikely that he wouldn't be able to do something nice. But the game is done, and it's going to be 2-0 for the Benelux so far. We're going to be heading into the last game, so let's check the post game for the time being. Statistics of game number 2, and we're going to be heading into the home map of Benelux, and that should be Ghost Lake from what I have seen before. Kind of nice echo for Collins, you can see. Nicely set up. Not bad for WhistleBlower. Was also having quite a nice fun. And also quite an excellent castle each time in. That's also because he wasn't fighting on the water at all. So that kind of slightly helped. So yeah, GG.